Property 5. If each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. So here the proof is, let delta equal to a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Now expand this one along R1. Expand along R1. So delta equal to, we have the signs plus minus plus minus plus minus. Now plus minus plus, we have to take the signs plus. So plus a1 into minor of a1. Minor of a1 means remove first row and first column, since element a1 lies in first row and first column. So the four elements are b2, b3, c2, c3. Next minus a2 into determinant of a2 lies in first row and second column. Then we have b1, b3, c1, c3. Now plus a3 into minor of a3. Minor of a3. a3 lies in first row and third column. So we have to take the remaining four elements in a determinant b1, b2, c1, c2 equal to plus a1 into, we have to take b2 into c3 minus b3 into c2 minus a2 into, multiply these two, b1 c3 minus b3 c1 plus a3 into b1 c2 minus b2 into c1. So delta equal to, here we are getting this one. Now each and every element of a row of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k. Let delta 1 equal to, by multiplying all the elements of R1 by the constant k, we get delta 1 equal to ka1, ka2, k into a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Now here each and every element of R1 is multiplied by k here, so that it's equal to delta 1 equal to expand along R1, expanding along R1. Now delta 1 equal to, we have plus ka1 into determinant of expanding along R1. So we have to take the signs plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. So when you are expanding along R1, we have to take the signs plus minus plus. So plus ka1 into the element ka1 lies in first row and first column. So the remaining four elements we have b2, b3, c2, c3 minus ka2 into determinant of the element ka2 lies in first row and second column. So close the first row and second column. So the remaining elements b1, b3, c1, c3. Next plus ka3 into, we have determinant of b1, b2, c1, c2. Now which is equal to, we are having ka1 into product of diagonal elements minus product of half diagonal elements. So equal to b2 c3 minus B3 into C2 minus Ka2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1. Now plus Ka3 into B1 C2 minus B2 into C1, which is equal to K times of you are having, take K common from all these three terms, then we get K into A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus A3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1, which is equal to K into, we have delta here, K into, this is nothing but delta. So we are getting K times of delta. So whenever you have, if each and every element of any row is multiplied by K, that K can be taken outside of a determinant. Now, for example, if delta 1 equal to determinant of Ka1, Ka2, Ka3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Here second row is also multiplied by L here. It implies, since each and every element of R1 is multiplied by K here, that K can be taken outside into, since each and every element of second row is multiplied by L, that L can be taken outside. So L into determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So that if each and every element of any row is multiplied by K, that K can be taken outside. Similarly, the same thing if you have a matrix, if you have a matrix Ka1, Ka2, Ka3, KB1, KB2, KB3, KC1, KC2, KC3, it's equal to K times of the matrix here. K is multiplied each and every element of the matrix. K times of, we take it as A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So whenever you have K into, you have a matrix, we should multiply each and every element of the matrix by K. But in a determinant, the same thing if you have Ka1, Ka2, Ka3, KB1, KB2, KB3, KC1, KC2, KC3, from the first row we have to take 1K outside. K into determinant of, from R1 take K outside, A1, A2, A3. From R2 you have to take 1K outside, since each and every element is multiplied by K. So K into B1, B2, B3. Now in R3 K is multiplied, so take K outside, K into C1, C2, C3. So when each and every element of any row is multiplied by K, that K can be taken outside. Property 6, if any two rows or any two columns of a determinant are proportional, then its value is always equal to 0. Proof. Let delta equal to determinant of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, ka1, ka2, ka3. Now here R1 and R3 are proportional. It implies, now here we have to find the value of this. Here each and every element of R3 is multiplied by k. Since each and every element is multiplied by k in R3, we can take that k outside. So the value of the determinant is multiplied by k here. So it implies k times of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, a1, a2, a3. Here R1 you are having a1, a2, a3. In R3 we are having a1, a2, a3. Here the corresponding elements are same. Since R1 and R3 are identical, since R1 and R3 are identical, the value of delta equal to k into, here we are having 0. So it implies delta equal to k into 0 equal to 0. So whenever you have a determinant, if any two rows or any two columns are proportional, then we say that that value will be always equal to 0. For example, we have delta equal to here C1 and C3 are proportional. Multiply each and every element of C1 by 3. 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 3, 9. Since C1 and C3 are proportional, we say that the value of this one equal to 0. Otherwise, take 3 outside from C3. Then C1 and C3 are identical, so its value will be equal to 0. Property 7. If some or all the elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. That means, for example, take a1 plus lambda, a2 plus lambda, a3 plus lambda, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3, which is equal to all the elements of a row of a determinant are expressed as sum of two. See, it is sum of the two elements. Then the determinant can be expressed as sum of the two determinants. This can be expressed as, since we are having it is sum of two elements, so we can write it as sum of two determinants. If the first row is the sum of the three determinants, if the first row is sum of three elements, then it can be expressed as sum of three determinants. So it implies this can be written as the determinant of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 plus determinant of lambda, 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 b1, b2, B3, C1, C2, C3. This is the example. Now we have to prove LHS equal to RHS here. Take determinant of A1 plus lambda, A2 plus lambda, A3 plus lambda, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now expand along R1. Expanding along R1. Now we get A1 plus lambda plus of A1 plus lambda into determinant of, now we are expanding along R1 here. Now we have to find, we know that the sign is plus minus, plus minus plus, so first we should take plus, then minor of A1 plus lambda, it lies in first row and first column. So the remaining 4 elements B2, B3, C2, C3 minus A2 plus lambda into determinant of, here the element A2 plus lambda lies in first row and second column. So the remaining 4 elements we have to write now. B1, B3, C1, C3. B1, B3, C1, C3 plus A3 plus lambda into minor of A3 plus lambda. Here A3 plus lambda lies in first row and third column. So we have to close these two. Then we have B1, B2, C1, C2. B1, B2, C1, C2. So that it implies we are having A1 into, now I take A1 into this one plus lambda into this one. So A1 into, for simplify this, B2, C3 minus B3, C2 minus A2 into multiply these two, B1 C3 minus B3 C1. Now plus A3 into, we have B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Similarly, next we have to write with lambda plus lambda into, with A1 we have written here, now with lambda we should multiply, lambda into B2 C3 minus B3 C2, B2 C3 minus B3 C2. Now minus lambda into B1 C3 minus B3 into C1. Similarly, now we take plus lambda into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Now first one is one determinant here, that is nothing but determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus determinant of lambda, 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 B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So whenever you have, if the determinant is a sum of two elements, then that can be expressed as sum of two determinants. Sum of two determinants. Similarly, if you have, this is sum of three elements, A1 plus lambda plus P plus Q plus R. Already we have written it is the sum of two determinants. Since it is the sum of three elements, we have to take plus one more determinant. We have P, Q, R. Next we have B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If it is the sum of three elements, then we will get sum of 3 determinants. If it is sum of 2 elements, if any row, if each and every element of any row is sum of 2 elements, then it is the sum of the 2 determinants. Property 8. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, let me take a determinant here, delta equal to A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, let me take R1 here. The equi-multiples of corresponding elements of other row or column, are added, then the value of the determinant remains the same. Now here multiply each and every element of R2 by K here, and then it is added to R1. Take delta 1 equal to A1 plus multiply R2 by K. So KB1, A2 plus K into B2, A3 plus K into B3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now we have to prove that these two are same. If to each element of any row, let me take R1 here, of a determinant, the equi-multiples of corresponding elements of other row, that means multiply R2 by K, then it implies we get KB1, KB2, KB3, that is added to R1 here. That means the operation is here, we got R1 implies R1 plus K into R2. Then we get delta 1 equal to this one. We have to prove that delta equal to delta 1 now. That is what here it is given. The value of determinant remain same if we apply the operation Ri implies Ri plus K into Rj. Similarly for column, Ci implies Ci plus K into Cj. Here take delta 1. We know that just now we have proved it. If each and every element of any row is the sum of the two elements, that determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants, so that it will be equal to, we can write it as A1, A2, A3 plus, next we are having A1 plus KB1. So we write it as, in the other determinant, KB1, KB2, KB3. Remaining two rows will be same here. So it implies we take it as B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Here also same. B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now it's equal to, this is nothing but delta here. So delta plus each and every element of R1 is multiplied by K here. So K times of determinant of B1, B2, B3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So that the value of this one equal to 0, because here R1 and R2 are identical. So that it's equal to delta plus K into 0 equal to delta. Therefore, here we are getting delta 1 equal to delta. So whenever you apply the operation R1 implies R1 plus K into R2, we get the new determinant. So that value of delta will be always equal to delta 1 only here. Similarly, if you take the operation R1 implies R1 plus R2 plus R3. Here R1 is this one. Next, this is row 2 and it is row 3. If you take R1 implies R1 plus R2 plus R3, R1 is changing to R1 plus R1, R1 plus R2 plus R3, so that it becomes A1 plus B1 plus C1, A2 plus B2 plus C2, A3 plus B3 plus C3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Here these two are same only, no change. The value of this one and this one will be always same. Property 9. The sum of the products of elements of any row or column with the cofactors of the corresponding elements of some other row or column is always equal to 0. Now here let delta equal to determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. The sum of the products of elements of any row. Let me take here R1. R1 equal to, here we are having A1, A2, A3 with the cofactors of the corresponding elements of some other row. Now here take the cofactors of R3 now. Then we have A1 into here we take the determinant A11, A12, A13, B21. Here I take it as A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now here we know that cofactor of small a11 is denoted by capital A11. Cofactor of A12 denoted by capital A12. Now here I will take these elements and I will take the cofactors of R3. The sum of the products of elements of any row with the cofactors of the corresponding elements of some other row. Don't take the same row. Some other row we have to take here. So I will take R3 here now. The cofactors of R3 are, the cofactor of A31 is capital A31, A12 into capital A32, now plus A13 into A33. The value of this one will be always equal to, we have to prove 0 now. Even if you take A21 into, don't take the same row, any other row you take, A1, capital A11 plus A22 into capital A12 plus A23 into capital A1. The value of this one equal to 0, the value of this one equal to 0. Now here I will take this one now. A11 into A31. A31 means cofactor of A31. Cofactor of A31. Next plus A12 into cofactor of A32 cofactor of A32 plus A13 into cofactor of A13 cofactor of A33 equal to A11 into, now we know that cofactor of A31 means minus 1 whole power 3 plus 1 into minor of A31. Minor of A31 we have to find out. Minor of A31 means this element lies in third row and first column. So the remaining 4 elements are, we have A12, A13, A22, A23. Now plus A12 into cofactor of A32. Cofactor of A32. So we have to take minus 1 whole power 3 plus 2 into minor of A32. Minor of A32 means the element A32 lies in third row and second column. So now here we have to take the remaining 4 elements. So the remaining 4 elements are A11, A13, A21, A23 plus A13 into minus 1 whole power 3 plus 3 into minor of A33. The element A33 lies in third row and third column. So close the third column, close the third row. We have to take the remaining 4 elements in a determinant now. So it implies A11, A12, A21, A22. So that it's equal to, here we are getting minus 1 whole power 4 plus only. So plus A11 into A12, A23 minus A22, A13 minus 1 whole power 5 minus A12 into A11, A23 minus A13 into A21 plus A13 into A11, A22 minus A21 into A12. Now multiply this. So it implies A11 into A12, A23 minus A11 into A22 into A13 minus A12 into A11 into A23 minus into minus plus A12 into A13 into A21. Now plus A13 into A11 into A22 minus A13 into A21 into A12. Now here A11, A12, A23, these two are cancelled. A11, A22, A13, these two are cancelled. So that it's equal to 0. So that whenever you multiply the elements of any row with the cofactors of any other row and then add it, the value will be always equal to 0. If you multiply with the same corresponding cofactors of elements of this row, we will get determinant of that matrix.